Hey guys, I am M.A. Riz and today is the first ever video on this channel. So without any further ado, let's jump into the top 10 little known facts about The Undertaker. So if you have any questions, these are being taken from many sites like the Richest, the NCH program, and etc. And from wherever I got all the facts, I will link all the sites down in the description. And without any further delay, let's begin this video. So the first fact, he was a talented basketball player. Semi-professional wrestling isn't the only sport that Mark Calaway has excelled in. Back in the day, young Undertaker was a promising basketball star during his college years, and Calaway played basketball for a two-year college in Texas, before eventually transferring to Texas Wesleyan University to play for the Rams for the 1985 to 86 season. If it wasn't him to discover something known as professional wrestling, there would be no Undertaker Deadman gimmick. Number two, the Before the Deadman. Certainly, the Deadman persona is not only the Undertaker has backed up, but there are many others. Like with many superstars, The Undertaker did not start out as the man from the dark side that many have come to love and fear. Back in the day, 1984, he debuted in the World Class Championship Wrestling or WCCW under the name of Texas Red as a Master of Pain. In 1989, in the USWA, he won his first ever championship in professional wrestling. Also in 1989, he wrestled under the name of the Punisher, where he would win his second championship in professional wrestling. Meanwhile, Kawos was his name when he wrestled briefly in WCW and also during the time when he wrestled in New Japan Pro Wrestling as Punisher Dice Morgan. If he continued to struggle to find a gimmick, eventually he would have had as many gimmicks as he has years wrestled in WWE. So the next point. He won his first ever championship from Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry the King Lawler is an important figure for professional wrestling, especially in the South, and he has undoubtedly given as much as he could for the young Mark Calaway to get a good future for The Undertaker. So he won his first ever unified World Heavyweight Championship in USWA from Jerry the King Lawler. So, let's end the point there. There's nothing more to say. The next point. He was a goddamn Paul Heyman guy. So, one more things about Paul Heyman guy. The two names that come up automatically and recently are CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. They are the two biggest superstars he has managed as of late and has most certainly been most vocal for. Other names like Curtis Axel, Ryback, Big Show, Rob Van Dam, Taz, etc. When Heyman made his debut in World Class Championship Wrestling in 1988, and one of the first guys to be managed by him was in fact The Undertaker. Or should I say, Mark Calaway. This partnership wouldn't last very long though, and neither did his time in WCW, as he left the very next year for WWE. The next point. Kane the Undertaker? Certainly Undertaker's first ever name in WWE was in fact Kane the Undertaker. Although he was not introduced as Kane the Undertaker in his debut at the 1990 Survivor Series, he was introduced as such a taping of WWE Superstars in 1990. After the announcers at Survivor Series failed to mention the Kane part of his name, shortly after the event it was dropped. The name Kane would reappear on television in WWE on October 5th, 1997 at Bad Blood in Your House, but as Undertaker's half brother. It's so difficult to have say Kane the Undertaker. It's very disturbing. Uncomfortable. Sorry, Kane. It's a very bad name. It rhymes. Backstage confrontation with the Heartbreak Kid. So generally, this was not officially sanctioned WWE match. In fact, this wasn't a match at all. This confrontation between the two happened outside of the ring and stakes were higher than any prize or championship that a match could offer. The Undertaker has a problem with any superstar he would actually ever need known, and it was this time with the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels was at the height of his career in the mid 90s, and at the time of this particular incident, he was the WWE Champion. Michaels' backstage behavior was not that good and was being hurt by The Undertaker. Also, people like Bret Hart did not like it, and Shawn Michaels advised Vince McMahon to actually put Bret Hart aside from the growing WWE. Undertaker was very upset. He was very angry and sided with Hart and said that it wasn't Shawn Michaels to make the decision. This incident between the two happened in the lead up to WrestleMania 17. Michaels had suffered a serious back injury at Royal Rumble in the same year against The Undertaker himself that forced him to retire for a number of years from in-ring action after WrestleMania 17. But yet and still The Undertaker felt that Michaels should drop his title to the fast-rising Stone Cold Steve Austin. The Undertaker would confront Michaels and threaten to knock him down if he did not lose the match as planned. And of course, with that lovely offer presented to him, Michaels went with the storyline and lost to Austin. That was the best offer presented in WWE history. Falls count anywhere, even on a plane. It is a well known fact that The Undertaker has great respect for his boss, Vince McMahon, and vice versa. If one were to question this, they would have to look any further incident that took place between Taker and former WWE superstar and current TNA wrestler Kurt Angle on a flight. Kurt Angle detailed in his autobiography, It's True, great read by the way, the altercation involving him and the American Badass on the flight to London, England. The backstory was that McMahon had taken Kurt Angle down in an episode of Royal War, and he would not let Angle forget it happened either. On the plane, McMahon and Angle had a lot, with McMahon's last words to be, "Remember, Angle, I'm the only one who ever taken down." Angle decided to get at his boss by playfully attacking McMahon from behind and wrestling him to the ground. This commotion apparently had awakened a sleeping dead man, who came up to Mr. McMahon's aid. He later told Angle that he did not know who was on top of McMahon. The Taker then proceeded to choke Angle out. Angle says that he blacked out for a minute. They had to have sent up a red flag to anyone who witnesses who thought about attacking the boss, playfully or not. Burned by the pyro. So the Undertaker had a very frightening experience for himself and those who witnessed it. Taker was set to make his WWE ring down to the ring at Elimination Chamber pay-per-view on February 9, 2010, where he was one of the participants and the World Heavyweight Champion heading into the Brutal Chamber match. As he stood up at the top of entrance ramp near the Titantron, his pyro unexpectedly went off, causing his jacket to catch on fire. The Undertaker quickly ditched the jacket and continued around the ring as if nothing happened, staying on his character. When he got in the ring, referee Jack Doan handed him water to powder his noticeably bright red chest. He would go on wrestling in the match, but to say he was pissed off in this understatement. And then now, after knowing all these facts, as mentioned above, there's not even a doubt that the pyro people would have to be searched in the new jobs. He is a fan of fighting. So generally, you see, if you were to ask the Undertaker what is his top five favorite pastimes, I'm pretty sure that boxing and mixed martial arts would be somewhere there. The Undertaker is an avid fan of boxing and MMA, and often attends matches in his spare time away from square circles, which would be very often since he is down to one match a year these days. The Undertaker also loves attending MMA events, or one of which involved a document encounter with the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, at UFC 121. After Lesnar's first round TKO loss to Cain Velasquez, he and Taker had a stare down, to which Taker said to Lesnar, "You wanna do it." And from that time, both of them started hating each other. Least favorite gimmick, the Lord of Darkness. Finding this out came as a huge disappointment to me because I absolutely love this version of The Undertaker. It went perfect with the over the top nature of Attitude Era and only made the excellent storylines of that era that much better. But as a religious person who is involved in the church, this gimmick wouldn't sit too well with the Taker. Reciting of satanic verses, being the leader of somewhat cult-like stable that kidnapped other superstars and sacrificed them on a symbol wasn't something the Undertaker was too fond of. He also did not like that the fact when his ministry of darkness fused with the corporate ministry that it became all about the McMahons, which is true as it did become all about Vince McMahon and his quest to make sure Stone Cold never won the WWE Championship again. As remember, Shane McMahon as the leader of the corporation merged with the MOD to take out common foes Stone Cold, The Rock and Vince McMahon. Vince ultimately was revealed as the much talked about higher power, but after this revelation, the stable didn't last too much longer. Although it was the least favorite gimmick, I'm sure that I have many in agreement who would feel that it was the best and most entertaining one. You see, WWE does it a very few times. So this is what we found. And have you heard something extra? Drop it down in the comments and don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And also you can follow me on my social media pages over here. I was Emirates and I will catch you in the next one.